found it. Here it is. Listen to this. It's the latest review of my book from the New York Review of Books.
Yes?
A fine and revealing piece of scholarship, well documented, with brilliant research.
Oh, that's wonderful. Let me see.
Oh, Helen, reviewers don't rave very often, believe me. Oh, this could be the beginning of something bigger than Kingsley College. Oh, just think. Practically every English department chairman in the country will read that.
Oh, it's a rave. He loves everything about it. And he even congratulates Primrose Press for, quote, finding a new and shining talent, end quote. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
All those years of digging away on the research in the library. Oh, thank you, Coleridge.
You should be so proud.
Oh,
You know, I have never hugged a renowned author before.
Well, would you like an autographed copy?
Of course.
Helen, are you going to Richmond today?
No, I've changed my mind.
Why?
Well, I don't think that Russ Weaver is in any immediate danger right now. Vince Cardello is not pressing him about the money he borrowed. You know, I think Cardello is going after Scott Davidson because of those TV editorials on drugs. The whole state is talking about it.
There's no question about that. You know, Scott's a tenacious reporter, but he takes risks. I'm pretty sure he was in on that drug bust on the Norfolk waterfront. It makes me nervous, Helen. The mob could threaten him and his family. Oh, me. If anything happens to Laurie, anything more, I don't think I could forgive Scott.
Gene, how about some more pancakes? They're nice and hot, and I got a stack here ready to go.
Mama, if I eat any more, I'll have to take the day off because I'll be too tired.
Too tired from one pancake?
No, from jogging 5 miles to sweat off the pancakes I just ate.
Oh, puny young man like you need some fleshing out. Now, you don't have near the appetite your daddy used to have. Now, there was a man who knew how to eat. Oh, my, I remember when we were young. But, well, gracious me, now, who was that at breakfast time? Well, if this don't beat all. I knew the good Lord sent that glorious sunshine for a reason.
Hello, Mrs. Redland. And what could that reason be?
So the sun could shine on you and the whole world could see a good man.
Hey there, Scott. Mom's really impressed with your courage in the drug bust. Now, I told her about your nerves of steel. Me, I'm still shaking.
Don't let him kid you, Mrs. Redland. Nerves of steel, not me. I was quaking out there.
Oh, were you?
Oh, I was scared blue.
Oh, well, I'm glad to know somebody's out there trying to do something about this drug smuggling business. Now, you just sit right down there, and I'm going to fix you some of my special pancakes.
No, thanks. I've already had breakfast, but I'll have a cup of coffee, though.
Oh, specialty of the house coming up.
Now, 007, are you in the mood for a little reminder?
Hit me.
Okay, reminder. You promised you were going to back away from this drug thing.
I did? Really?
Hey, Mama, don't give this deceiver any coffee. He goes back on his word.
Oh, don't you worry about it, Scott. He don't give the orders in this house, I
What
do.
is this? You're both against me. Mom's all impressed with heroes, and you're #1 on her list.
I'm no hero, Gene. I just want to get the job done. Got a lot of loose ends out there. But at least the police know how they're transporting the drugs. We got that going for us.
So fill me in.
Where do you buy your fish, Mrs. Redland?
At Ham's Fresh Fish, downtown. Oh, he has fine fish and shrimps and some crabs, and you know he gets the delivered specially fresh every day.
I don't follow, Scott. What's your point?
Well, I was talking to the police. It seems Russ Weaver was talking to Joe Hassler.
That bum that runs the docks for Nick Trench?
Right. When Russ was down there seeing him about a job, he happened to notice that there were a number of small, fresh fish trucks. You know, those little vans they used to transport the fish to the markets. Well, the police happened to think that those vans carry more than fish. A while ago, Captain Rousseau had Ham's Fresh Fish Company under surveillance. They thought it was a dropping point for drugs. But they staged a raid and the place was clean.
Well, you gotta give them credit. I mean, fish piers to the vans. That's a good idea.
At my fish store. You just never know what's going on around here anymore.
Right. Ham's has another supplier, though. But the police are still following those trucks. They think the drivers have some way of dumping the drugs somehow if they get stopped. So they want to latch onto one of those trucks and strip it.
So look, what are they gonna do with the drugs when they drop them?
Well, they got a pretty good idea that Dearborn Express picks it up and transports it all through the country.
And Dearborn Express, that's owned by Charles Carpenter, right?
Carpenter and Vince Cardello. Right.
So, this is all adding up. So what's the bottom line?
Well, when they found most of the storage points, they're going to raid them all at once. They're bound to get enough evidence to force someone to squeal.
Hey, I really want to be in on this, man. That's a big store, dude.
We will, Gene. All I hope is that Nick Trench ends up in jail.
Yeah.
Come on, Russ. Hands off, okay?
What? Think I was trying something?
Well,
Well, what if I was? Is that so wrong?
here, yes. Now, yes. And with me, yes.
I heard yes 3 times.
Yeah, well, they all meant no to what you're thinking.
Yeah, why?
Aren't you at least a little bit nervous?
Why should I be?
Lori.
Yeah. Well, Beck, you know how I feel about Lori. But she's way down there in Ravenswood, and we're here.
You know, sometimes I think I just am never going to understand men. One Mr. Russell Weaver in particular.
Why is that?
Russ loves Lori, but Lori's not here right now, so he offers himself to Becky. Now, how's Becky supposed to feel about
Oh,
that?
come off it, Beck. What's different about now than any other time, huh?
What do you think I am, some kind of soft shoulder to lean on whenever you feel like it?
Now, what are you so ticked off about?
Russ, I don't sleep around. You knew that.
Okay, so you don't sleep around, so what about it?
So I'm supposed to be available just whenever you want it? I mean, what about me? What about my feelings? Why should I always be the one who's just waiting around? Don't you think maybe I deserve someone who's just for me, too?
Listen, Beck, I never once said that.
All right, so there I am, just waiting and waiting around for Mr. Right to come along. Well, you know, for a minute, I kind of thought he had. But I guess I was wrong, wasn't I?
I didn't make any promises.
No. No, you didn't. No promises, no commitments. Well, to that I say, no thanks. I don't want to be anybody's part-time snuggle bunny, you know?
Oh, come on. How'd we get into this? All I wanted was a nice, simple little kiss from someone and somebody to hold.
That's not all you had in mind, and we both know it.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Go take a cold shower. Or better yet, go jog around the track and then take a cold shower. I don't know.
What about that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. You do nothing, and I do nothing, and pretty soon Lori will be right back here on campus. 2 of you will be like that, and that'll be that.
You know you're special to me, Beck.
Funny, I don't hear any violins.
Come on. Don't end up in a fight. I didn't mean to take advantage of you. Ever. In any way, really. Believe that.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just, you know, this whole situation's kind of got me crazy. I don't know what I'm saying half the time. I just can't help the feeling that Lori knows what's going on between us.
She doesn't know. Nobody knows.
I wouldn't bet on it. Listen, I'm gonna go to the library and study till class. It's not too easy being out here with you, you know? You leaving?
Nope. I'll stay here and cry myself to sleep.
Funny comedian. What happened about the money you owe Vince Cardello anyway?
Don't know.
You still have 30 days to live, or what?
30 days, I can get a lot of miles between me and them.
You thinking of leaving?
Maybe. Caused the Davidsons enough trouble as it is. They don't need me hanging around.
Russ, they love you because Lori loves you.
Oh, add it up. The accident, Lori's back busted, me owing Cardello, Vince Cardello, 25 grand. And then he tells me to get Mr. Davidson to lay off on the anti-drug campaign. And what happens? A big bust down in the docks. Someone's gonna get hurt. Cardello ain't gonna like it. Ain't no reason for me to stick around and invite any more trouble down here.
You can't just run away from the mafia.
Well, did you run away with me?
Are you serious?
100%. I'll go right now.
Finally an offer, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, I might just do that. But I have one little problem.
What's that?
Absolutely huge exam on Wednesday. Check with me after grades are posted, all right? And listen, if you do decide to run away alone, write me a letter when you learn how to write.
Ha-ha. Can't even play a stupid game right. Damn, what's the matter with me anyway? What is it? Go away. I don't want to get lost.
Hello, kid. About time we had a little talk. Get some things straightened out. Nice cell you got here. Better than Joliet.
Yeah. Hey, well, have a seat, Mr. C, huh?
No, I'm not going to stay very long. These little rooms, they're supposed to make you kids think tight. Is that it? That what college is for?
Yeah, I guess so, huh? Hey, it's really a surprise. I thought I'd never see you here.
Last time I was in a room this size, all I could think about was getting out. I finally did, too. You know where that was? Solitary. Like being in an icebox with big wooden doors, yay thick. You could holler all day and all night, wouldn't do you any good. You just sit there in your underwear. No lights, anything. Sitting in the dark. No daylight, nothing. Every hour the guard looks in, maybe 2 hours. Just looks.
Yeah. Vince, I want to thank you for what you did for me. I really appreciate it.
You're wondering why I'm talking to you about prisons, right? Prisons. Reformatories, they're all alike. You know where I went to college, kid? Pontiac Reformatory for Boys. Pontiac turned out some of the toughest kids Chicago ever saw. Some of the worst. When you got out of Pontiac, you didn't have any feelings for anybody.
Yeah. Vince, if you're talking about the money that I owe you...
Money? I'm talking about the slammer, kid, not money. Money's not my problem. You know, Russ, the way I see it, what my problem is, it's very simple. I don't want to go back inside. Never. And it doesn't make any difference to me what happens to anybody who tries to put me back in. Clear? See, Russ, you're into me for 25 big ones. I'm not worried about that. It's peanuts. We'll work it out. What I don't like is your girl's father shooting off his mouth on TV. He's trying to make the public think that Capital Distributing is run by some kind of John Dillinger. Now, if you can get Scott Davidson to shut his mouth, you'll be doing himself and you a favor, a big favor.
Sure, listen, I understand that, Vince, but you gotta realize...
Now, you tell him I'll overlook this one bust, okay? We'll take a loss, okay? Cops pick up a couple of guys. They make some brownie points with the commissioner. The papers sell some extra copies. Davidson and Redlund come off looking like a couple of heroes.
What are you talking about?
You didn't realize that they were on board that Coast Guard cutter, did you?
No, I didn't know anything about that. It doesn't surprise me, though. I mean, that's what Mr. Davidson's like.
Yeah, well, he's looking for it, Russ. You tell him. He's had his fun and games. No more.
Well, if I can't get him to listen.
You make him listen. And then after you see him, I'll pay him a little visit. Anything he doesn't hear from you, he'll hear from me. That way he'll get my message loud and clear. Don't you leave anything out. Capiche?
Yeah, capiche.
Don't forget, Russ. You owe me.
Where are you taking me anyway? What place is it?
This is where you live, friend. Home.
Home. Now, home is where the wife and kids are. Hey! Hey, Liz? Nobody answers. I'll try it again. Liz? Jenny? Where is anybody? They're hiding. Sometimes they do that.
Can't say as I blame them. Come on.
Okay. Who are you, anyway? What are you doing in my house?
Come on. Look, Cummings, I told you I'd make sure you got home without walking into a truck. Now you're home safe, and I'll be going along, okay?
No, wait. Don't go. Don't take another step until... Guess what?
What are you talking about?
Till we have another drink for the road.
No, none for me, thanks. And I think you've had more than enough.
Nonsense. The drinks they make at the, where were we anyway?
I don't know where you were. I was taking a walk, and I found you out in front of the Malcolby Hotel talking to a mailbox.
That's right. I was. In front of the Malcolby Hotel. No, I wasn't. Maybe I was in front of the cellar. No, I wasn't, was I? What are you trying to do? Mix me up? You a wise guy or something?
Look, why don't you just sleep it off, huh? And I'll forget everything you said, insults, everything, okay?
No, don't go. Come on. That's when they'll get me. Come on. That's I know when I'm alone.
What are you babbling on about?
The cellar. They told me not to go there anymore. They'd kill me. You see, I know too much. I saw the back room. I just know too much.
What back room?
Where Harry Kelso keeps the drugs. They got anything you want. You want it? They got it right there. What's the matter? You don't believe me? I was in it. They wanted me to be a distributor, see? Then Nick Trench got mad. And so what? I have a couple of drinks. What's that, a federal offense? I can hold my booze with the best of them.
Yeah, so I've noticed.
Hey, they told me. They told me that... Oh, never mind. It's all a bunch of lies, see? They said I drank too much.
That's not all, Cummings. It would appear that you talk too much, too. Good night.
Good night.
Father, can you get this for me?
That's a smashing outfit, isn't it?
No, you have seen it before. Do you realize you are just like every other man? Can you get it?
Not yet. Hold still. Why do they make these buttonholes so small?
It's chic.
Are you going out again with Nick Trench?
Daddy, please, not another lecture on my social life.
No lecture. I'm just suggesting that you don't encourage him. There.
What, you'd prefer I'd stay home and knit?
But isn't there someone else?
No, not as exciting as Nick.
Or as dangerous?
Oh, come on, Father, you make it sound much worse than it could possibly be. I mean, after all, he is a partner of yours?
True. Sometimes I wish he weren't.
What do you mean? I thought you were happy to be a partner in Cardello Enterprises. And after all, you were just bubbling over with enthusiasm when we escaped from Chicago.
Or did we make just too hasty a retreat, one that we'll live to regret?
What is this? You sound so gloomy.
Well, I was just wondering if I didn't act a little hastily in accepting Vince Cardello's offer.
Is there something wrong with the company?
Financially, no. The profit picture is very good. It's just that I'm concerned about the contractual commitments that need to be reinforced. There's a potential for violence that I don't like. You know, Mim, I can admit to you that in some of my business practices, there are a lot of things that I wouldn't want widely publicized at all. But when it comes to being compared to Cardello Enterprises, they make me look like a Boy Scout.
Daddy, I think you're just exaggerating.
No, I'm not. I'm very serious. And for that reason, I want you to visit some of your friends in Kingsley for a while.
Why?
Well, it's because of the drug arrests in the Bay. I'm only guessing, but I have a feeling that it's the lull before the storm. And if there is going to be any trouble, I want you safely away.